Just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone.
Welcome, everyone, to the Setting the Tone podcast. It's your man, Tone, back again for another episode of the Bear Down podcast with my man, J Mac in the house. Today's episode, we're going to talk about candidates for the Chicago Bears coaching job. We're going to give a couple of candidates that we like and reasons why we like them and why we think they would be good candidates for the Bears and how they fit the team. All right. My man, J Mac, what's up with you, bro?
Another day in paradise, my man. Another day in paradise. How's it going?
Not too bad. Not too bad, man. Life is life, and as usual, wow. So I thought this was going to be a 3-man show so we can cover a few guys, but it's a 2-man show, so it's me and you. We're gonna give 2 candidates who we think the Bear who the Bears should hire and who should be a good fit and why. I'm gonna let you start it off with your first candidate and talk about him for me, bro.
Wow. Well, for me, my first candidate, I think we all know, is I'm going with the sleeper pick. I don't know if he's a sleeper, especially with the work that he's done. My first pick would be Todd Monken. The offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. Before you get started on Monken, is he on the Bears interview list? Has he interviewed?
No, he hasn't interviewed yet, but I believe he is on the interview list.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now go
ahead. I really don't have much, but just the work that he's put in with Lamar. He's been on Georgia's coaching staff when they won the 2 natties.
Okay.
He also coached that the offense that when Jameis Winston had that 30 for 30. And I don't know if we can blame him for Winston's eyesight because that has proved that dude just can't see. So I wouldn't necessarily put.
I would put that on the coordinator as far as like maybe 1 or 2 of those INTs, maybe bad plays. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But for the majority of that, that's on the QB. Yeah, throwing interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, that offense that year, 5,000? He had 5,000 yards passing.
I think so. Yeah.
30 tutties and 30 interceptions.
So, and the season Lamar having right now, 4,000 yards passing.
Yeah, almost 1,000 yards rushing. Very, very efficient.
Well, that's all on Lamar though.
The rushing.
Yeah, even if you did call the play, you put Tom Brady back there. He ain't getting those yards.
No, but he adjusts. This is one offensive coordinator that will adjust his scheme to his players' strength.
Right, I like that.
And that's something that we have been lacking offensively as a team, as a whole. From the reports that I've gotten or pods or whatever, is that he's straightforward. He holds people accountable, and he gets in your ass if you ain't doing it right. So I like that. I like the attention that he pays to detail.
We need that type of coach around here too.
Exactly, very detail oriented. And again, his offense is very efficient. And to me, the biggest part is he knows how to win. I
Right.
mean, coming from Georgia and and coming from Georgia and that team, and then coming from Baltimore, it's a winning culture, and that's something that we have been lacking around Hallis Hall for quite some time. Is a winning culture. You bring in all these other coaches that ain't, unfortunately, they ain't done shit, ain't won nothing. You just come in with your principles and everything, but you got to show us how to win, show us how it's done, and
Hmm.
I, I think we can start there.
Okay. I got a question for you. If you finish with that,
Go ahead.
how does his coaching style fit Caleb?
To me, is again putting them in advantageous situations to where um, I think Caleb wouldn't have to play hero ball. I think he would kind of like, I guess, coach him to be um, more fit to the offense and put in an offense around Caleb to where he can thrive,
So, like you
holding
said
him
earlier, he
accountable.
can. My bad. So, like you were saying earlier, he can actually devise a system that fits the player, not necessarily his system or the highway.
Right, right. And I think we've seen that these past couple of seasons with in Baltimore. I mean, he's adjusted his game to Derrick Henry. He didn't have Henry last year, and Lamar still put up crazy numbers.
Right.
Now you got Henry, where Lamar is a lot more efficient. You got Henry to lean on, or he got himself to lean on, or you got Mark Andrews, you got Isaiah Likely, you got
Zay
Bateman.
Flowers.
Yeah, you got all these players that he can lean on to where he don't have to do it himself.
Okay. Is he I don't know. I've never seen him with like a young developing quarterback. Can you think he can handle that part of the job as a head coach?
Yeah, he was helping develop them guys in Georgia.
True. College though. Yeah.
Yeah, and Caleb is what, a year removed from college,
Right, right. Okay. Good
and
points.
you can see it again. I think coaching on both levels helps him, and I think it helps him to understand the player that he got in Caleb. Um, I think it helps him to create an offense around Caleb once he gets to know him, gets to know the players, and gets to know the players that's on the roster. And I think these players will be used much better than they have been this past season if he was to become our head coach.
Right, right, for sure. All right.
Now, I don't mean to cut you off, but I also think the running game would be a lot more better.
Okay. Tell me why.
Just him, because he loves to run the ball. He
I mean, he got
marries
Derrick Henry,
the
so I can see why his running game is flourishing with
yeah,
the
but
Ravens.
at the same time, he likes to establish the run. That's been
Okay.
part of his offense. He likes to establish the run and like a Ben Johnson, marry his plays, the run and the offense. He marries them together. So and I think we've talked about this quite a bit in this before, that the running game is just absent. And it's not only just absent, it's not flourishing with the players that we got. You're not designing runs to benefit your players. You can't run DeAndre Swift up the middle. You gotta have players for that.
You got to have another player
And
that fits that mold. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just look at Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is fit to run up the middle. he don't. It's not a lot of to me. I don't see a lot of plays where he's bouncing it out in Monkey's offense, straight hitting the hole.
But like you said, Monken devises his schemes to fit his personnel. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that fits Derrick Henry more. And if he were the Bears coach, he would probably get something to fit Swift's style of running.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I just think the offensive line as a whole will probably be better. Probably got a better run scheme.
Mm.
I just think Simo's run game is just outdated. He didn't upgrade it when damn Herbert left.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't upgrade it from Deontay Foreman. It don't seem like he upgraded from his first season with Monty.
Well, whatever coach comes in here, they're gonna upgrade him. They're gonna get him out.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be gone. Because the run game is okay. It took a step back, but there's no way that pass blocking can just keep taking a hit the way it's doing.
Yeah.
I don't understand how PFF got us ranked in the middle.
I don't want to hear about PFF ever again when it comes to Bears offensive line. My eyes say one thing, see one thing, and they say something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like what? Nah, they ain't that good.
Yeah. Nah, they not. But it is what it is. You
Yeah.
gotta have some kind of analytics out there.
Yeah.
Try to break shit down.
They giving coaches false information and players false sense if they pay attention to that shit.
Yeah.
Coaches on the coach on the field see it. He know what's up.
But just a little small pushback. Now I would accept it because they give my boy Wright. He's like the sixth best graded right tackle in the league. So
okay,
give him kudos for that.
Okay, they gave him sixth best. When you watch him, is he sixth best, or is he maybe 10?
He's been the most consistent.
I ain't talking about that because everybody on the Bears ain't playing right tackle. Everybody on the team don't play right tackle.
That's true. But I would say he's been one of the top right tackles in the league. He's better than McGlinchey, I think.
Okay.
And he only gave up 6 sacks. I mean, considering that they put 68 sacks on the line itself, so
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're more again. I think we're more coaching and a better scheme and better run fits that can be alleviated.
I agree. Some of that can. All right.
Yeah.
You got anything else on your candidate for your first candidate?
No, it's just he's an Illinois boy. Bring him home.
Bring him home. Where is he from in Illinois?
I think he went to Eastern Illinois. I'm not sure. I forgot.
That's all good.
He is an Eastern Illinois boy.
Okay, he said bring him home, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So what I wanted to say was the boss man Earl was going to be on here today, and I think one of his candidates was Ben Johnson when he talked to me in the chat. Mm-hmm. And Ben Johnson is a good candidate. I'm not going to talk about Ben Johnson today because he's not my candidate, but I just want to let the viewers know that he wasn't forgotten about. He was on the list, but that was someone else's candidate that was going to talk about him, and he's not here to talk about him. But he's a good candidate for the job. He's probably at the top of the Bears list as far as I'm concerned. My first candidate for the Bears coaching job would be Cliff Kingsbury. I know people probably some people probably like nah. I'm gonna say yeah. I think he would fit the Bears. I think he's a good candidate. He has offensive mind, which our offense is in the Stone Age. Um, with the young player like Caleb, I think he'll be able to unlock some. He'll be able to unlock Caleb's passing attack, passing ability, things like that. Um, he has a track record of developing quarterbacks, players like Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray. Um, that could definitely upgrade, or not upgrade, but help Caleb take his next steps. Like I said, the Bears' offense is behind in creativity. It's in the Stone Age, and he has a modern NFL offense. And we see what it's doing right now with the Washington Commanders. And he probably needs a fresh start from how everything went sour in Arizona, and he's gained some valuable insight. I saw an interview with him where he was talking about how he learned from his experience in Arizona and how he's learning on the job right now with Dan Quinn, how Dan Quinn is running the team, and from day one, it's been Dan Quinn's way, and that's it. The player's gonna learn and listen to him, and so he's learning from Dan Quinn. So I think he'll be able to take his next job and be better than he was on his first job as a head coach.
Okay.
Those are the reasons why I think he should be the head coach. Why I think he fits the team is just the playing with the mobile quarterback again. He's done that, and with the arm talent again, he's done that. He can do the design rollouts with a player like Caleb, and the RPOs with a player like Caleb, vertical passing game with a player like Caleb. Long as Caleb get his footwork together and stop throwing off his back foot and shit like that. He got weapons. He got DJ. He got Rome. You know, he got Cole Kmet. You know, so I think he can unlock the Bears' offense with that type of talent, including Caleb Williams. The challenge would be with his style of offense would be the offensive line, upgrading that. That'll be the challenge. With a pass-heavy offense, that line would definitely need to be upgraded. I don't think we need to be too pass-heavy. I think we need a balance. But I think we definitely need to lean. That balance should be 60-40, more passing than running. 60-40 in my opinion. I want our offense to look modern. One, we had a quarterback to do it too. And why not show off our Ferrari in the backfield? Our quarterback. Go ahead.
No, I would just I don't know. I think be because of the city and the weather, and I understand what you're saying. You know, we need to be more modern, but I mean, think about for the next few years that we're going to be in Soldier Field. I think we need until Caleb develops into that system quarterback. I just think we need to lean on a run game a little bit more. You know, and
Well,
until he.
I look at teams like the Packers, the Buffalo Bills. They have modern offenses in cold weather. Why can't the Bears
to me, the Packers lean more on the run than the Bills do. Bills lean mainly on Allen.
Yeah, they got a better quarterback. I mean, I would do the same too, but they also have the style of offense where they can lean on the pass, but they don't have that confidence in their quarterback like the Bills do. Bills have a lot of confidence in Josh Allen, and they have a modern offense just like the Packers. So they lean heavy. they lean a little more towards the pass than the run. But the Packers' offense is modern. They play in cold weather, and they know how to get vertical with it if they need to. The Bears don't know how to get vertical with it. Right now, they throwing from side to side.
Yeah, that's been the whole season.
That's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, you can attribute that part to the modern coaching of Shane Waldron.
Yeah.
Because to me, some of the plays that was designed during that was being damn. To me, some of the plays that were designed in the off season during training camp, we didn't see a lot of that in the season. You've seen a lot of motion and things, but you didn't see a lot of those plays that they was doing in camp. You didn't see it come to fruition in the game. So
I think a lot of that has to do with the pressure that the other teams were getting on the Bears, where they probably had to scrap that. They's like, yeah, we don't have the line to accommodate those type of plays. So let's go ahead and strip it down to something more basic. Still do the line movement and the shifting, but it's still going to be a screen.
Yeah. That make a lot of sense. That make a lot of sense. But still, that again, while we talking about coaching, that just leads to coaching that offensive line. You see that that line ain't holding up pressure. I mean, you instantly change your game plan. You gotta change it up and come up with something different. And he just stuck with it, and which kind of put Thomas Brown in a bad situation because he's stuck with calling these plays.
Right, and a lot of fans don't realize that. They like, well, when Thomas Brown took over, the offense didn't take off, especially when he became a head coach. It really regressed, right there. And fans not paying attention to the fact that Thomas Brown was running someone else's playbook. Those weren't his plays. He was just calling them,
It wasn't his plays nor his
If he
playbook.
had a whole training camp to put in his playbook, it would probably look differently. You know what I mean?
As he said in his exit presser, when they asked him what would the offense look like, he said a lot different. So
I didn't even catch that one.
Yeah, he said it in his presser, a lot different.
Yeah, so
I mean, because even some of the media, the Chicago reporters, you pointing out the fact that when Thomas Brown took over, that other teams have outscored this team 104 to 48 or some shit like that. You put a lot on this man's plate. First of all, when he
didn't have off season. Yeah.
No, when he took over as the offensive coordinator calling plays, you can see the team steady progressing. Small increments, but progressing.
Yeah.
Then when you make him the interim head coach, you put a lot on his plate then. So yeah, everything just takes a step back. And until he get his feeding, in which he didn't get it until week 18, but he got his feeding, his footing. And we beat the Packers. We ended the season beating the Packers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think he was dealt a shitty hand as interim head coach. And
speaking of Thomas Brown, I saw a notification they finished his interview today. They finished his interview today, so he probably wouldn't. He probably won't get the job. Consider all things considered, even though we know as fans it wasn't his fault and it wasn't his offense.
Nope. Nope. I really don't blame him, and they, I guess, well, we as fans wanted instant turnaround, something different than what we was getting from Flus in the first place.
Right, but realistically, all he can do is give you Flus and Waldron because that's they shit.
Yep, that's all. That's all he can do. and it was refreshing.
Do the best he can with it. You know what I'm saying? That's like if I give you the the recipe to my whatever chili, and you make the chili with all the ingredients I told you and how I told you to cook it. I mean, you can only do the best with what you got there.
Yeah, and it might not even come out the same. It ain't gonna come out the same.
Yeah.
It ain't no might. It ain't gonna come out the same because I mean,
now, if you had your own recipe that you refined over the years and customize it to the way you want it exactly, then it's different.
Right. That's a lot different. Yeah. You can't. I can't take your recipe and your chili and make it like you do.
Right.
So, that's all we trying to tell people right now is can't take Shane Waldron's mess and
make it look like
Eberflus mess. Yeah. Make it look like
make it like sunshine. It's not gonna look like sunshine.
No. Not at all. But to me, what
the sun might peek out every now and then, but it's gonna be a cloudy day.
Oh, the sun peaked, especially when every time he got on the podium, the sun peaked. Because he gave us an insight on behind the scenes a little bit, not much, but he gave us some insight on what he felt the problem was.
Yeah.
And I think all of us as fans can see that what we feel the problem was. It was a lot of the coaching decisions.
All right. So let's go with our second candidates right here. You want me to start off or you gonna go ahead?
You go.
All right. So my second candidate for the Bears coaching job is a veteran head coach as well. A lot more veteran than Cliff Kingsbury. But I want to. My point is, I want a guy that's already done the job. That's my point. And I got Pete Carroll as my second.
That one I support. That would be one. One with experience. I would support. I would support him over McCarthy. But go ahead. I'm my bad.
No, it's all good.
That got me excited. I'm excited for that one.
So Pete Carroll, he has a resume. On his resume, he's a Super Bowl champion. Multiple playoff appearances. Of course, you're not gonna win a Super Bowl every year. That's the hardest thing to do, win a Super Bowl. But he's got one, and he gets his team to the playoffs. He has a long history of building competitive teams. You know what I'm saying? His teams were competitive year in and year out. You know, something the Bears need to stabilize their organization: a competitive team, an experienced mind running the team. He's a defensive expert. Carroll's defenses are always elite. That just aligns with the Chicago Bears history, having an elite defense. You know what I'm saying? So that just brings me in even closer. You know, something to revitalize that defense that started off strong and kind of ended up flat. You know, towards the end of the season. He has a history of developing late round picks and undrafted players. That's key to building your team out as far as depth. You know what I'm saying? So you get these late round picks, these undrafted players. You want to use them as your depth pieces so you don't have to overpay in free agency. You know what I'm saying? A lot of teams, they got this starting lineup and then the depth is just a huge dip. Of course, the backups are going to dip a little, but let's not let the dip be like off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? So I like that he can develop, late picks and free agencies and unsigned players. I always thought about Pete Carroll was a person that was like always energetic and positive. So I think we need something like that around the team. Somebody just gonna help that culture with a positive mindset and have his energy. He's an old man, but he got energy. You know what I'm saying? I like that about him. Because he's been there and done that. He's gonna hold you accountable. He ain't no rookie head coach. He ain't no young head coach. He knows what it takes, so he's gonna hold you accountable. So those are the reasons why I think Pete Carroll should be a candidate for the head coaching job.
Damn good reasons, actually. I mean, those are the same sentiments that I echo myself. The only pushback I got is his age.
Hmm.
That's the only thing, because I will want the head coach. I will want Caleb to grow with the head coach,
Hmm.
or vice versa. But at the same time, it also depends on the player, the coaching staff that he brings in and put around Caleb. You know,
Right.
that would
Young
be
minds
key.
that are accountable as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and for that, I'll what I would like for him to do, if he was to come in as head coach, you bring in a player, you groom someone up under you,
Hmm.
either their defensive mind or their offensive mind. You groom them to be your next head coach, because he ain't gonna be at 73. He is not gonna be around for the long haul.
No.
So
And my whole thing with that is, I got 2 points with that. If he makes it through, he can make it through his first contract, 4 years, 5 years, however that is.
yeah,
Then we should already see something already in 4 or 5 years. If we ain't seen nothing in four
yeah.
or 5 years, then we failed anyway. So
I think with Carroll's experience, we should see something within 3.
yeah, I think we should see something within two. To
Yeah,
be honest
yeah,
with you, and my second point is bring in someone that he believes in that could be a head coach in the future. Lock him in, make him your OC, your DC, whatever, and also give him the role as assistant head coach, and maybe outline it somewhere in his contract. When I step down, you're the head coach. I don't know. If you got that kind of confidence in somebody, you got to have a lot of confidence in somebody to do something like that. But just elevate someone, make them feel, make them important, make them feel important, and just you know have that person waiting in the wings. Since we're worried about his age, you know what I'm saying?
and that's, to me, that's where Thomas Brown comes in at.
Hmm.
That part, I can see um, Carroll grooming Brown, and then
That would be good
Brown,
because he already has a relationship with Caleb. Yeah,
right, and you can actually see Brown's offense.
and
Uh,
we see traits of a head coach in Thomas Brown. We could see some traits.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I think um, his tutelage under McVay, and then to get uh, excuse where I say this, to get topped off by
Pause.
Carroll.
We'll call it 30-second timeout. Pause. He getting topped off by a 73-year-old man. Nah, I know what you're saying. On top of that,
Right,
on
there you
top of
go.
McVay,
On top of McVay, with more tutelage from Carroll.
yeah,
I think he would progress very, very well as a head coach.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because we all see the qualities that he possessed,
Yeah,
and you can easily see he holds them players' feet to the fire, and I don't think he don't cut the bull he don't cut no bullshit with him.
he don't mince words. He don't cut corners. He just give it straight up and down. No frills, no
Right,
thrills.
right, and a lot of players nowadays need that, especially at the quarterback position. Like you said, you can't keep babying. You're an adult. You can't keep
Yeah,
babying these quarterbacks. And to
facts.
me, that was a telltale sign. Why would you come out and say that? Why would he come out and say that in a presser?
Yeah,
Can't AB quarterback. So that just, to me, that just speaks on. I think it was Baby and Caleb quite a bit. Coaching staff
facts.
was.
Yeah, can't tiptoe around your players. You got to treat them like, hey, this is your career. This is your job.
Yeah, you're grown
Let's
as
go out
man.
here and be grown men about it for sure.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. All right. What you got for your second guy? Who you got, man?
Um, that guy up in Detroit, the defense coordinator,
Okay.
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
He's been he's been coming to the forefront quite a bit um, with um, with the players. Everybody likes him. He's very likable. He's very relatable.
Approachable.
Yeah, also being an ex-player.
Facts. That's a great quality in my opinion.
Yeah, that um, that weighs heavy with the players. That they're able to go to him and they're able to relate to him, especially being a former player in the league, and he knows what's to be expected of the players, and he knows how to get it out of them.
Facts.
And
Facts.
I really like that, and just the fact that he's relatable. You don't understand how much that could pay dividends into the player itself, and then playing at a high level, and then coming in coaching at a high level and holding his players accountable, and not just accepting anything from his players, and getting the most out of his players. When you can, when you losing starters, when you losing starters, and you you get down to like the bottom of your defensive line, and them dudes still producing, that says a lot about you and your coaching.
It does. It does. And that goes back to what I was saying about depth pieces.
Hmm?
Quality depth. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it says a lot
because
about his coaching, having those guys ready.
yeah,
Ready. You know what I'm saying?
right. And you ready to play at a moment's notice when the guy in front of you goes down. That is the best definition of next man up.
Facts. Facts. That's a perfect
'Cause-
definition of next man up.
Yeah, because them dudes, they ain't lost a step defensively. You couldn't
They might
even
have lost a step. They might have lost a step. They
yeah,
not the
but you
same
couldn't.
defense.
No, they're not the same. But at the same time, they're going out there, they're attacking,
Yep.
and they didn't change their defensive game plan just
Nope.
because Aiden Hutchinson gone. Well, they top corner is out. They top defensive line, not the defensive tackle. I think
Defensive
he out.
tackle. Yep.
So when you got what 11 players, I think on injured reserve on the defensive side, I'm not sure, but
Quite a
and
few.
then everybody, yeah, everybody stepping up in those roles. That's to me, that's a lot on you. That's a lot on to me the not just even the culture and the competition that you building within that defensive room. So you ain't they not like you said they have missed a step, but you can't tell. You can't tell. But they still getting after the quarterback. They still producing on the defensive side of the ball. And even when even when you lose your top corner, you still playing man coverage, and
Right. Right.
you still
Because
daring
he
teams to beat you.
because he's got those other guys to step in and they're ready. They came into the
Yeah,
game ready. That's just
yeah,
back to his coaching. Like, no, we're not about to
hmm
switch our system up. You ready for this? You ready for this? Let's
right.
go ahead and do what we've been doing. We've been practicing this. Come on, let's
Yep.
go.
And
You
that
know the
that is
coverages.
something. Thank you. And to me, the back end, the secondary is okay.
Yeah.
With the exception of a few injuries. Well, I'm talking about our team now. With the exception of a few injuries, I think where his impact will be mostly felt on that defense, the defensive line and them linebackers,
Mm,
especially the defensive line.
we need
Pickens,
that. We need that
yes,
help.
Pickens, Dexter, um, even Walker could take a next step up. Even
Hmm. Even Sweat
even
can help
Sweat,
to
yeah,
help setting the edge on the
yeah.
run.
All them dudes, I think, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because that's where we're known for any fucking way.
Right.
defense. He steps up and get that defense right. I don't care if we do it right now. With the, I was hesitant on going with a defensive minded coach for the simple fact I don't want to switch to a 3-4. I don't even care no more.
Right. I don't either. I'm like, if that's the only reason we don't want a defensive minded coach because he's gonna switch us to a 3-4, hey,
I
switch us. If
don't care
that's
no
gonna make
more.
us a better
Yeah.
team, switch us.
Yeah, the only reason why I was against that is because we got to retool the defensive side of the ball, especially in the trenches.
But the
We got
trenches ain't shit anyway right now, right? They lacking.
yeah, but we got
So why
we're
not
gonna have to
retool it?
get more linebackers.
Okay.
Definitely gonna have to get more linebackers.
Okay.
You're gonna need what you're gonna have Maine and Edwards playing inside. Then you need two on the end.
Okay. Resign Sanborn. He can play one in, and then go get some
He's
more.
up anyways. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
up
that's what I'm saying.
for
Resign him.
and what grab one of them dudes off the I'll buy it. I don't know number 45. Is that his number 45? He's been playing pretty good on the on special teams.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Um,
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name.
yeah, I don't want to butcher that man's name. I think he will get a shot in Glenn's defense. You
Because I
know,
like
just
Sanborn as far as like tracking the ball. He can go from side to
oh
side tracking the ball.
yes,
So he would be
and then
perfect in the 3-4.
and then maybe we'll actually get to see what Sewell can do.
Right. If he can get healthy.
Yeah, because yeah, that's another post pick, but another pod. That was a previous
Hey,
pod.
the the polls pick pod. We got to do that one. The PPP.
Yeah, yep, yep. We got to do that. But yeah, I mean, but to me, that just goes back to I forgot who it was. I think it was a guard from Denver that played on Denver. He was a fifth round pick. He's an All Pro now. So I mean, I know we give Pose shit for bargain bin shopping. I call it the scrap heap.
Right, right.
But those are instances to where you can get somebody that low in the draft, and next thing this dude is all pro now. He's all
Yep.
pro. So maybe we can get. I don't know. He's too light in the ass. Braxton Jones, if he can stop the bull rush, maybe he can be that fifth round pick that can be turned
Hey,
into
look,
a Pro Bowl.
the next head coach needs to get on the phone with Braxton Jones and be like, "Hey, man, get in the weight room. Stay in the weight room. Go get you a
Put some
trainer. Stay
bricks
in the
in your
weight room.
ass.
Yeah, put some bricks in your ass. Stay in the
There you
weight room.
go.
Don't leave that weight room until I call you again."
Yeah, and that was something that Olin Cruz was supposed to have been working with him on was his base.
I wonder if that
Uh,
happened because it don't
Apparently
look
not.
like it.
No, I think maybe Olin needs to I don't know maybe need to work with him a little bit more.
I think Olin needs a job with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, 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 definitely. Um, yeah,
I think him and my
coaching
boy
along that line.
Lance Briggs. Lance Briggs needs a Chicago Bear job with the Bears as well. I like
Yeah,
him.
I agree. Him, yeah, I don't. Brown seems too much of a fan to me.
Yeah,
I, I,
Lance
I
Briggs
wouldn't want
he's
Brown.
still in the players' mindset. The way he talks about the game and the
Right,
players.
right, right, right. And yeah, that's definitely not Alex Brown.
Nah, I
Definitely
ain't
not
bringing him
Alex
into
Brown.
the pick. They ain't bringing him into the building. All right, so with my two coaching candidates, I'm gonna end mine with this: Cliff Kingsbury best maximizing the offensive potential and the development of Caleb Williams into a superstar. In my opinion, he was best fit for that. Um, though the Bears do need significant improvement in the passing protection. Pete Carroll best for building a complete team and a winning culture. Focusing on defense and a balanced attack to take the pressure off of Caleb. Those are my two candidates. There's no order, 1 or 2, 2 or 1. Just those are the two candidates I like the most for the Bears coaching job. And my main reason is because they've done it before, and they have some, and they have some type of damn word losing my head. Success. All right.
Okay.
And that's all I have for this, man.
Yeah. Well, just to give my little synopsis real quick, I choose. I would prefer Monken for the simple fact that it's his offense, and we don't. Unfortunately, as a defensive play caller, if your offense takes off, you're going to lose that offensive coordinator. With Monken, it'll be his offense, and Caleb can master the offense. You don't have to worry about losing the offensive coordinator. After a couple of seasons of being in Monken's offense, Caleb should know the offense by then. And then Monken can mainly concentrate on, well, not mainly, but focus on the team more as far as he can alleviate some of that, right, as far as, to alleviate some of that pressure of developing Caleb. With Glenn, I think Glenn would be a more culture setter. As the Bears like to say, leader of men. I think he would be a more of a coach like that, holding people accountable, setting the culture for the team. Not so much the experience, but as a player, he does. And I just think he'll be a good, refreshing coaching, as far as that defense and getting that defense back to being the monsters of the Midway.
Yes. We need to see that again. And what you were saying about losing your offensive coordinator if he does well, if we have a defensive head coach, the Lions may be losing their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator, weakening them possibly, I wouldn't mind if we had Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn just to weaken them.
Yeah, but who do they got coming up behind them though?
They ain't them.
Nah, but they ain't them. But at the same time, when
but like you said, Monken taking his playbook with him, Ben Johnson taking his playbook with him. Dan Campbell can't have no pages out of that. Go get your own playbook.
Right, but at the same time, you can have when you got your defensive coordinator and your offensive coordinator that may be leaving you. Your next coach or whatever that you got in line, you have them shadowing both of them.
Yeah.
Shadow them, and that way you can get a feel for how to run the offense. You can get a feel for how to run the defense, and you can put your own spin on it. But get a feel for your offense and get a feel for your defense, and marry all that shit together.
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely be coaches waiting under them in their coaching tree, but it's not the same as the original. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody call games differently. Everybody see the game differently. And the guys that got you to success, those are the ones that are leaving. Now it's a question mark. They're going into the year after. You got a question mark. Can he lead us to success as the new play caller on offense or defense? That's the question mark. Now, then what if it doesn't happen? They take a backslide, That's all I'm saying. The Bears could actually help themselves by hurting, the Lions or whatever by taking one of their top coordinators. True. And those coordinators are going to probably bring some of the assistants with them.
True.
If I was Ben Johnson, I'm bringing my offensive line coach because that offensive line is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm
I
making him the
wonder how long
offensive
he's been
coordinator.
there.
Huh?
I wonder how long he's been there.
I don't know. I'm making him the offensive coordinator. He still could coach the line because he's offensive coordinator. He can coach it all. But Ben Johnson would be the head coach, and he would be still a play caller of the offense. And I'm bringing my offensive line coach with me and elevating him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that would be my plan. Wherever I go, it's Ben Johnson.
I like that. It's just befuddles me that we're at a point now to where, at first, man, you didn't want nothing out of Detroit. And we at a point now to where we are conveying their assistance. And we're praising Dan Campbell. When have we ever done that for Detroit? Any Detroit team. I mean,
no.
we may have wanted Barry Sanders and Megatron. That's it. Now you can actually name players on Detroit's team and be like, I like him.
Yeah, I'll take him. Yeah, I'll take him.
I'll take him too. Yeah. Oh, hold on. That coach, I'll take.
I can think about 5 players right off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, I'll take him for sure.
Right. And in my lifetime, when has Detroit ever had that?
Not the Lions.
No, not the Lions.
Ain't want none of their coaches from the past.
Nope. We didn't want none of Well, again, we wanted Barry.
Yeah, the player.
That was it.
A player or two, but that's over the lifespan of their team's history.
Exactly.
A couple players here and there. But we talking about five players off of the current roster, not the lifespan.
And their coaching staff.
And the coaching staff.
And their coaching staff. So
that's a world of difference.
A hell of a lot of difference. And I fuck the Lions, but I gotta commend them for that. I gotta commend them.
I hate giving props to teams that ain't won yet. You got to win before I okay, congratulations.
Yeah. Well,
I commend them for being good, and I like Ben Johnson as their offensive coordinator. I think he's incredible as far as his scheming and his play calling. I watch him and I'm like, damn, that's some good ass shit there. But I can't congratulate them. They got to win it all for my congratulations. Fuck the Lions. This is one of them teams where you they've been bad for so long. You got to show me. You're gonna have to show me. I don't believe it till I see it.
so what if they go out and show you, and then they do what the Lions do?
Hey, they go out there and win the championship. I'm like, wow, incredible! Congratulations to the Detroit Lions and their fan base. I know y'all been waiting a lifetime for this shit. Y'all finally did it. I would give them their props. Man, y'all.
And they regress. They go back to being the Lions.
They regress because we plucked their top coordinator, offense or defense. Facts. Yeah. Somebody else plucked the other one, and they regress.
Yeah. I seen one pod saying that, what if we grab Ben Johnson and he brings Aaron Glenn with him?
That would be some dirty shit there, boy.
I wouldn't mind it though.
I wouldn't mind it. That's a far reach though. Aaron Glenn going somewhere to be a head coach.
Yeah,
I can see him in not St. Louis, New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah. I mean, it's either that or the Jets.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing Drew Brees singing praise on him.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hearing who else is that? Reggie Bush singing
praise
giving him praise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be a head coach before the coaching cycle ends this off season.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree.
I think both of those guys are gone. That's just my opinion right now. That's my vibe. That's my prediction. I think both of those guys are gone. They're gonna have to figure it out for next year. Yeah.
Not a problem for us.
Well, that's all I got for today's episode. My man J Mac, you got anything you want to close us out with?
Y'all hit that like and subscribe. Give us your comments. Let's chop it up in the chats.
All right.
Go from there.
All right, Bears fans. Until we meet again,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
be good out there. Stay dangerous.
Lotion.